try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me, but it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt, a big bad stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big bad stinking cunt. I try to be real nice, say it twice, be real nice, even though it is hard to keep up this facade. And now I see, dearie me, what a hassle this would be. I'm out of luck, don't give a fuck, cause you're the cunt, not me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, dickhead?
You are a cunt, a big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but I'm gonna tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, a motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt.
With all due respect, the views and opinions expressed on Threatcon 5 clothing and Threatcon 5 radio are strictly the views of Threatcon 5 and do not reflect or represent the values of the Veteran Radio Syndicate. If you get offended by anything you hear on this show, please feel free to go fuck yourself. We thank you for listening.
Hey everybody, welcome to Threatcon 5 Radio here on VRS, Threatcon 5 Radio, Threatcon 5 Clothing, and many other groups and pages that you hopefully share our show to. I am Bulldog, joined as always with my co-host and friend, Judy, the goofball wearing the fugly glasses.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We are proudly brought to you by the good people over at Venomous Firearms and Beard BQ Sauce, so please go over and check out both of these great veteran organizations. We'll talk more about them as the show goes on, so I'm not going to give you a whole big spiel right now.
Right on.
Yeah, please do check them out. And, go over to beardbqsauce.com or venomousfirearms.com and help veteran small business as it is. Also, check out Threatcon 5 Clothing, where right now we have a shirt that is going to yield 30% of all sales to the Saratoga Warhorse, the Horse PTSD program in Saratoga, New York. As I said, I'm Bulldog. This person over here is Judy, and we are here live to you this Taco Tuesday evening.
What up?
And I'm very excited that we actually were able to broadcast on Facebook Live. So the cunts apparently decided that this week they'd let us do it. Last week they said, fuck you, motherfuckers! But not this week. They let us do it. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to get into our normal spiel with our top 10. We're going to do some Florida Man. We're going to do some news. We're going to do some
Florida Man.
Rants and shenanigans. And I want to start off by asking you a question, Judy.
Sure.
It's kind of my rant for the night.
Uh-oh.
All right. I want you to put yourself in a scenario, and maybe everybody else here will get in on this one as well. I don't know. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take a step back, because before I get into that, what I want to do is I want to say hello to everybody that has tuned in to us. Some names that we have seen frequently and names that we only see every once in a while. So let's start off with saying hi to Dean Cerny. Let's say hi to Joe Latore. Joey Latore, it's good to see you, buddy. Miss you, bro. Glenn Estes. Ross Golden. Mary Hoover. Dan Strazunski.
God bless you.
Yeah. Mitchell Rankin. Mickey Severson. I see in my romper stomper bomper boom. Stop sending me fucking messages, people. God damn it.
I know, it's so annoying when you see that shit pop up on the left side of your screen. Fucking
Yeah,
stop
right?
it!
I also see, if I could get rid of this fucking thing, okay. Let's see, who else is here? I said Ross Golden, Frank Urban, Don Gay, good to see you. Let's see, Cindy Cerny is here, Ronnie Brown is here, Tom Indorf, Bob Jordan, Bob damn it Jordan is here. Terrell Gould, Mark Zahner. Hi, I'm Bulldog. No, you're not, you fucker. I'm Bulldog.
He's Bulldog.
Yeah. Tuffy the Cat. Kendra is here. David Sy. And others. Yeah. So, hey, what's up? Thanks for all being here. All right. So, Judy, I want to start it off like this. Never mind what we did this week. We'll get into that. Richard Rogus is here. The usual riff raff is here. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay. I want you to imagine that you're sitting down at home, minding your own business, just sitting there relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you hear a knock on your door. You go and you answer your door, and there's a man in a suit, or even better, it's a sheriff.
Okay.
Sheriff's department is at your door. And they're knocking. And when you answer the door, they say, I'm here to serve you with a court order. And you think to yourself immediately, well, I've done nothing wrong.
Right.
Okay? At least nothing that you know of.
Nothing
okay?
I'm aware of, right?
All right. So you open up the paperwork, and it says that you have a court date. All right? Mm-hmm. And you go to this court date, and you're still wondering what it is that I've done wrong. But you get into the court, and the judge asks you, do you know, Judy, why you are here today? And
no.
You say, no, I don't. He said, okay, well, you've done nothing wrong. But the reason we've brought you here to this court today is because we have decided that we are going to investigate your background.
What?
We are going to check you to see if there is anything that you have done wrong. We are going to investigate your background. We are going to talk to your friends. We are going to talk to your family. And we are going to do an extensive background check of you to see if you've done anything wrong. And if you have, at that time, we will then decide whether or not we want to charge you with a crime.
So you're just randomly picking me out of a crowd. We think that guy right there.
Yeah. Yep.
How did I win this lottery?
So how would this make you feel?
I'd be pretty pissed.
Okay. And if this was happening to a friend of yours or somebody that you trusted, how would it make you feel?
The same.
Okay. That is what happened to President Donald Trump.
Okay.
And most of the people in this country are okay with it. Because that is exactly what happened the day Donald Trump took office. The Democrats decided they wanted to launch an investigation into him with no fucking belief that he actually did anything wrong. They just wanted to see if they could find something wrong.
Pretty much.
Now, my question to you is, here we are, 45 years into being a country that is based on freedom, right?
Allegedly.
Okay. So
I meant the freedom part, allegedly.
But people need to ask themselves, regardless, okay, regardless of whether they support or do not support the President of the United States, whether they do or not, do you not have to wonder if you're next? Because
Well, I'm not running for office because I know better.
But if they can do that to the President of the United States, what's to keep them from doing it to Judy? And that's a problem. But that's a problem. Okay? We in the United States military, we as veterans, we as former service members, and Air Force people.
I wasn't Coast Guard.
Okay?
Stop treating me like I was.
We have had extensive background investigations done on us to grant us security clearances.
Absolutely.
But that's consent. You consented to that
Yeah,
background
you signed
investigation.
paperwork saying you would.
Right? So why is it okay that the Democrat Party mostly is hell-bent on the idea that they're going to continue to look into President Trump's background in hopes that they find something? They haven't yet. Okay? The Russian collusion was the worst hoax in American history. Okay? The obstruction of justice is the worst hoax in American history. Okay? Now they want to see his tax returns. They're even going as far as saying that we are going to stop the ability for him to be on the ballot in certain states unless he releases his tax returns. Now, there is no constitutional obligation for a president to release his tax return. It's one of those things that, you got to break the paradigm. Just because it's always been doesn't make it right. Mm-hmm. Okay? It doesn't make it right. Now, you got people like Adam Schiff that are going out of their way saying that we're going to do whatever we have to do to find something on President Trump because we know he's done something wrong. We did not hire these people. We, the people, did not elect these representatives to waste taxpayer money on trying to be treasonous and traitorous, whatever the fucking word is. I've had too many of these, okay?
Alrighty then.
All right? But that's exactly what it is if you think about it, okay? It's treasonous. They're looking for a way to unseat a president who has done nothing wrong. And it's disgusting. And the reason why I told the story the way I did was I actually saw that listed as something else, okay? Somebody else did it. It's not mine, so I can't actually take credit for it. But I thought it told the best way in order for people to understand how evasive this investigation into our president has been. Now, when we elect a president of the United States, we are hoping that the individual is going to have the American people's best interest in mind. Correct?
Yes, of course.
And he has. Has he not? For everything that he has done, whether it be put tariffs on things that he feels are unfair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He believes that some of the things that, Canada or the NAFTA agreement or China or whatever has put unfair tariffs on our imports. So we're going to ensure that our exports are going to have tariffs on them in order to make fair trade. Right?
Yeah.
So he's obviously had the best interest in mind. He's gone above and beyond as far as making sure that he's taking care of the military personnel. He's pushing an agenda to ensure that, we're not necessarily freaking, what'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you just said something. I'm sorry. I heard a beep. I heard a blip, blurb, blub, whatever the fuck it was. Regardless, okay, we know that he's had the American people's best interest in mind. Now, he goes about it in a weird way, okay, but it is what it is. We have a former president who is over in another country telling the country that, we shouldn't be listening to the president because he's not all there. We got John Kerry negotiating with countries. We have Clinton talking to foreign countries. Obviously, Joe Biden is talking to foreign countries. Right? Obviously. I mean, he made a mistake in saying that he talked to, Margaret Thatcher and that she was very concerned about President Trump. Well, obviously he didn't because she died in 2013, but he obviously talked to Theresa May. Why is a former vice president of the United States talking to a foreign dignitary about what's going on in our country right now? They're not privy to the information that's going on. They're not, just because you used to be the president doesn't mean you sit in fucking meetings every day and get the lowdown. And as a vice president, it's even worse, right? So we have an individual in John Kerry that should be tried, and he should be charged with the Logan Act, okay? Joe Biden should be charged with violations of the Logan Act. Obama should be charged with violations of the Logan Act. Clinton should be charged with violations of the Logan Act. These individuals are not in the position to be negotiating or talking to other countries about anything that is imperative to the day-to-day activities of the United States of America. And they're violating it, okay? People need to wake up. They need to wake up and understand that the stuff the Democrat Party is doing right now is not only treasonous, it is not what we hired them for. They are wasting taxpayer money. They are wasting valuable fucking assets. They're putting in front of our FBI and CIA and intelligence agencies work that is not necessary, which could make us susceptible to attacks from foreign nations, such as Iraq and Afghanistan. The actions that were taken in 2001 on 9/11 could be very well taken again because we are focusing on things that are not as important. But people are okay with supporting idiots like Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and all the other Democrat fucking loony bins out there, like Cory Booker that wants to take your guns, Elizabeth Warren, who has the audacity to stand on a stage and tell people at her fucking rallies, which, oh, by the way, you were not fucking elected to go on a fucking presidential tour of the nation because you want to run for office in 2020. You were elected to be the voice of the people of Massachusetts. So get back to work, fucking Pocahontas. All right, but she has the fucking audacity to stand on a stage and talk to people and call the president of the United States a liar when she has been caught lying about her heritage for how many years?
Through college and then
right
up until last year?
But what is wrong with the rest of the people in this world, in this country? I'm sorry that, I don't give a shit if you're a Republican, a Democrat, whatever. If you are that fucking dumb that you think it's okay to support a representative of a party that you obviously elected because you're a Democrat, and how dare you fucking even think to vote the other fucking way, but you're going to vote for Elizabeth Warren or Cory Booker or Kamala Harris or Kristen Gillibrand. Judy's black pussy, people.
He's stepping on my keyboard. I don't know my computer. I'm like, stop it! What are you doing? He opened up a new browser.
Nice, very good. But
Good
you
job,
get my
kitty.
point here. These people are so fucking ridiculous. If you are a Democrat and this offends you, get the fuck over it. You're a fucking moron. All right? You're a fucking moron. Because no matter what state you're from, you elected a Democrat to be the representative of your state. So if you're a Democrat in Massachusetts and you're not pissed off at the fact that Elizabeth Warren is not there doing her fucking job, she's doing a little galley fucking around the country, fucking pretending to fucking be someone she's not and throwing out an agenda. She's never getting elected. All right? She's a fucking idiot. Cory Booker was elected to be the voice of the people of fucking New Jersey. And he's going around telling everybody he's going to pull their fucking, he's going to, pull their guns. You got Kamala Harris, a fucking former prostitute, or whatever the fuck she was, who blew her way to the fucking Congress, is got the audacity to sit there and call herself a representative of the black people. She's not even fucking black. Her parents are fucking Indian. And I'm talking dots, not feathers. Okay? Kirsten Gillibrand was just reelected for the New York fucking Senate. And what is she doing? Announcing she's going to be wants to run for president. You've got no fucking chance in hell, woman. Go back to work in your kitchen, because if anybody has a bright fucking bulb above their head, you're not getting reelected in New York Senate. All right? But these are the people that are representing the fucking Democrat Party. I would be embarrassed to be a Democrat right now. I really would. Because these are the people that are representing your party. Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, Spartacus, and Pocahontas. Right? This is going to be the funniest fucking debates in history. Because after they're done tearing into each other, they have to face the debate master. And Trump is going to make these people look like complete fucking morons.
You know, I got to tell you, I was just talking to a friend of mine about this last week. He really doesn't have this. I mean, what are you going to say against the guy who gets to stand up, who is leading the country right now, and go, the economy is booming, and does a mic drop and walks out? What are you going to say about that?
Exactly. Well, if I'm elected president, I'm going to do this for the economy. What are you going to do? We have the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. We have the highest GDP we've had in 25. What are you going to do? But you're right. What are they going to say? You know? And he's going to have a fucking field day with these people.
Say, unless it's like everybody gets a pygmy goat.
Yeah, right. You know, so and
because pygmy goats are fucking cute people.
CNN has already started, Judy. They've already started. Joe Biden is already leading in a poll in which he's going to defeat President Trump in 2020.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's going to sniff his way to the White House.
You beat me to it. That's all I'll say.
I heard today.
I have to say the same.
I heard today,
thing.
Judy, that you know the blind kid in fucking Deliverance.
Tuffy farted, you stinky fucker.
The blind kid in Deliverance has grown up, and he's now Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden's fucking theme song for his election in 2020 is going to be ladies and gentlemen, Joe, sniff 'em, bite 'em. And who's going to be his running mate? Kamala, I'm not really African American Harris. I mean, you might as well pick somebody fucking, worthwhile, like Stormy Daniels or Bridget the Midget, for Christ's sakes. You have a better chance of getting elected with Bridget the Midget being your fucking running mate. I don't get it. I don't get it that people are this fucking naive in this country. But anyway, that is what it is. So how was your week?
Actually, it was pretty good. I think this cat wants attention from me. He doesn't just want to sit on
Hey, Dan Straczynski wants to know if anybody has ever counted how many times I say a variation of fuck in an episode.
Can we count that high?
No.
Do we have enough people here to help count?
And Dan, I'm going to tell you, Danny, there are fucking variations of the word fuck I've never even used yet. Like fuck stick. Fuck stick,
fuck
I
nuts.
don't think I've ever used. Fuck nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then there's the classic fucking fuckity fuck.
Fuckity fuck. I will tell you this, that when my soldiers, when they get ready to go on patrols, in my deployment to Afghanistan in 2010, my soldiers actually counted the amount of times I said fuck in a safety brief.
Outstanding. Yeah, I wasn't exactly popular when I was active duty because,
I wasn't popular either. I was the platoon sergeant. They had no choice but to listen to me. Oh, fuck me.
So my week was pretty good. Actually, it's gotten really busy at work, and busy's good. It makes your day go fast. Of course, I feel like I can hardly get my own job done, but because I'm on a call,
real hard sitting at home in your house, getting up, not really having to put fucking real clothes on.
Well, I do.
No, you don't. You just put a shirt on. You sit
Yeah, I
there
do.
in your panties and a fucking pretty shirt. Don't
Nope.
lie to me.
Nope. You know why I don't? Because
Because somebody might actually ask you to do something on video and you have to stand up.
no, I don't. We don't do video at all, which
Oh.
is kind of nice. But um, so when I was a stay-at-home mom, um, it was the first time I'd ever stayed home, and I didn't get cleaned up and like get showered and get out of my pajamas on a daily basis. And let me tell you, that's a recipe for depression.
No, it's not.
So yes,
Depends
it
on
is.
how you do it. If you do it right, it's not.
So, well, for me, that's what it was. So, there was a lot of other factors at the time, but I feel a little bit better about myself. So I get up and I shower and put on clean clothes. The first day that I worked from home, I actually put on clean pajamas and worked in pajamas all day. But we picked up, and we're really, really busy, and busy's good, like I said. Friday, I met one of my coworkers that in the office that I work in when I'm normally in the office. We met for dinner, and we were at dinner, and she's like, "Let's go dancing," and I was like, "Where?" And she said, "Cotton Eye Joe," and I was like, "Hmm." And then, because I'm old.
Had you never been there?
No, I'd never been.
Oh, okay.
And because I'm old, I've got 50 reasons of 50 things I have to do tonight other than go out and have fun. And I was finishing my drink, and I'm like thinking to myself, when did you get so fucking old that you aren't impulsive at all, ever anymore? Like, when did you get so old and OCD? And I'm like, fuck it, let's go dancing. Let's go to Cotton Eye Joe. So it wasn't very crowded, but we had a great time acting fools. And the girl I went with, Rachel, she's my sister in service. She's both an Air Force and Army vet. And so we had a really good time, shot some pool, had a few too many drinks. Then Saturday morning.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well,
What
does
everybody
that
drank.
mean?
Well,
No. That is no. Unacceptable. What is a few too many drinks? That does not exist.
well, one of us may or may not have gotten hurt. I can neither confirm nor deny due to our own drunkenness. One of us may have fallen out of the Uber.
Nice. Nice. I bet you it was you.
Well,
You're not denying it, so it was you.
no, I don't want to. I won't say anymore. How's that?
How about because you don't want to incriminate either one of you?
Exactly. There we go. That's more like it.
Oh boy, that's too much.
Yeah, and then Saturday I woke up, and about once a month or so I have to work on the weekend for a half day. I got lugged into my computer, and I was like, started getting hot and sweaty, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel so good.
That's called a hangover.
Oh, I don't feel. Oh no, that's called food poisoning.
Oh no! How many
Yeah.
hours later?
Less than 12.
Jesus, no kidding. See,
There are two versions of it.
When I've had food poisoning,
Usually it's within 4.
yeah, it's like quick.
Yeah.
I
Usually
get
it's
food
like, oh
I
my
get
God,
food
my heart's
poisoning at
gonna.
a fucking bar once from drinking. No, actually, that was alcohol poisoning. Never mind. I was literally sitting on the toilet puking in the sink. I had it coming out of both ends. It was bad.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, same.
Well, there you
So,
go. Thanks for
because
sharing that, Judy. You know, everybody that watches the show has a totally new impression of you.
I don't give a shit.
And obviously you do because you were on the toilet all day Saturday.
So, a friend of mine was coming from out of town. My friend Shelly that lives down in Atlanta. We take turns visiting each other. So she's coming up. So she calls me. She's like 30 minutes from my house, and I was like, "Hey, I'm still in my pajamas. I got food poisoning." And at this point now, there was nothing left in my system. I threw up shit that I ate 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
There was nothing left. I was dry heaving. You know how terrible that is. And when I get like that, it makes me cry. Not that I like, boo hoo. It just makes me like, So I was like, I'm not doing well. So she was totally awesome. She stopped at the store on her way in and got me Gatorade and potato chips so that I could stuff some electrolytes back into my body. And then we just hung out for part of the day. Went downtown once I started feeling a little bit better. I ate we were going to go out and get a couple drinks, but as soon as I opened up the menu at the restaurant and I looked at the drink menu, my stomach was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'll have a San Pellegrino, thanks. That's just fizzy water. So,
wow. Disappointed in you, Judy.
Oh, I couldn't. There was no way. My stomach was.
If you drank good enough liquor, it would have killed whatever was wrong with your belly.
You got a point there. Germs can't live in an alcohol environment.
That's exactly correct.
So I did get, even though I felt terrible and I wasn't looking my best because I'd, just been throwing up all morning, I did get hit on Saturday night.
Well, alrighty then. What'd she
weird.
look like?
It was pretty weird. He was about, 6'3".
Oh, it was a he.
And about half my fucking age.
Well.
Which isn't hard to do.
Hey, good for you. Nothing wrong with that.
It was, but listen, I got to hand it to the guy. Guys, if you know someone that you're interested in and you want to ask them out, don't fuck around. Just come out like this guy did. He walked up to the table and he goes, hey. And I said, hi. And he goes, I think you're really pretty. There it was. And he goes, and I said, well, thank you. And he says, my name's Chris. What's your name? I should have given him a fake name. I'm very bad at this game. It's been a long time. I said, I'm Judy. And he goes, I'm Chris. Or he says, can I join you guys? And I said, actually, this is my friend from out of town. And she's only here for this one night. But I appreciate I appreciate it or something like that. And he was totally cool with it. He didn't get pissed. He didn't, fucking bitch or throw his drink at me or anything. I mean, he asked. He was just like, here it is. What do you think? He didn't fuck around or play any games. I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay, so the comments are fucking killing me right now. Bob Jordan,
What?
good for you, Judy. Cougar Hunter from Psy. Jade Lopez says, climb that tree, Judy. Jim Bai says, those 80-year-olds like 'em young. So I had a friend who used to, and I could not believe this shit actually fucking worked, but he would literally go to the bar or the club or whatever, and he would leave with somebody every fucking time we went. And
What was his pickup line?
One day I asked him, dude, what do you say? He's like, I'm just completely honest with them. And I'm like, well,
oh, God.
Okay, yeah. He goes, no, I'm like completely honest with them. I just go up to them and go, let's go back to my place and fuck. He goes,
well, there you go.
It doesn't work all the time, but
sometimes
most
he
of the
gets
time
slapped,
it does.
probably.
But it does. Yeah, he'd leave every time. I'd be like, okay, well, good for you. I don't think I'd have the balls to do that. Walk up to somebody and be like, hey, let's go fuck.
Wow. I don't know how I'd react to that, honestly.
You know
It
what?
depends on
Actually,
who it
I
was.
think if I said that and they were like, okay, I'd be like,
I was kidding.
I actually didn't expect that to work. Oh, Jesus. So my week was interesting.
So apparently that's how Dean Cerny met his wife.
Oh, well, okay then.
No, I don't know if that's right. I'm just giving him shit.
I had an interesting week. I'm back to work. So
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm back to work. My boss hit me up last week, said
We're back in full swing.
Nick Ladson never fucked a 10, but one night I fucked 5 ats. Okay. 5 2s, I think that was supposed to be.
Yes, probably.
But yeah, so I'm back to work. So he hit me up. He's like, hey, things are getting things are getting busy again. We get some jobs. I'd really like you to come back. So this past week we've been working a deck job out on a lake.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you show off your skills?
Yeah, we finished it off today. We finished it up. We put a pretty decent sized deck wrapped around the house. So that was pretty good. And we're starting a job probably not tomorrow because it's supposed to fucking snow. May 14th, and it's gonna fucking snow. What the fuck? We'll talk more about that later. But anyway, yeah, we're supposed to be putting a 3-season porch done on a Chinese restaurant here in town, and then we got a farmer's porch we're gonna start when that's done. So yeah, it's been busy doing stuff. I'm not gonna get into the details, but 2 years, 6 months, and me and Kendra finally had our first fight.
Uh-oh.
It lasted a whole, 15 hours, maybe. But,
was that you getting the silent treatment or you giving the silent treatment?
it was just bad communication. I think we should have talked about it.
It happens.
Yeah, but it's all good. So that was part of the week. And then this weekend she went, okay, I'm going to pick on her. I'm going to pick on her just a little bit. But she knows. So Friday night she left and went back to Dover, okay, to the house that she is. Matter of fact, I don't think she's on she's not on that lease anymore. But the house that she was living in, the apartment, the house that she was leasing, okay, and she was going there to bring stuff back. Okay, she was going to pick up some stuff to bring back here. So she gets back and. I'm like, you got a lot of stuff to come in the house? And she's like, no, not really. I'm like, okay.
She's independent. What is not really?
She's like, well, okay. So first of all, my seated chest is heavy as fuck. I'm like, okay. So you didn't bring that? She's like, nope. It's like, did you bring anything else? Nope. I tried to bring these 2 boxes. I picked them up and they both fucking broke. So I gave up on that shit. Well, I had put, you ever see the barn board that you can buy and make a wall in your house into decorative wall board?
Yes.
Okay, so we bought some of that, and I'm doing it in the guest room on one of the walls. So she went and bought another box because I needed one more box of it. She forgot that in Dover. So she basically went to Dover to, I guess, see the kids. So while she was gone,
that's convenient.
Yeah, while she was gone, I started I did the wall in the guest room. I started the base. I'm doing the baseboard in the downstairs bathroom. Been doing a lot of shit. The house is really coming along. I got the deck built in the back for the jacuzzi. The hot tub. No, not wainscoting. Sigh. I'll post a picture of it on Facebook later on so everybody can see. No, it's not called fucking drywall or sheetrock, Tony Tolly. It's called barn board.
Stupid.
So anyway, I still have to put another one more piece to the deck. I gotta add one more.
Your deck?
Yeah, I gotta add one more freaking piece to that, and that'll be done. Then I'll start putting the freaking. No, it's not tongue and groove either. It's just basic fucking. Looks like barn board. Goes on the fucking wall, and yeah. So stop it. Stop trying to fucking...
Stop it, stupid.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah, so we have to do that. Then I'll put the railings up and the deck will be done. So Kendra says, it's a barn board accent wall.
And there you have it.
There you
Kendra
go.
said it.
All right. So now,
listen, if you're watching on a computer device, you're on a Google device as well.
Yes. Yeah. Was little away from the home, didn't quite hear you. Oh. All right. Anyway, so yeah, what else? What else did I do? I go and I bought a lawnmower, a push mower, because with the whole fucking backyard having this big deck now, and it's a fenced in area for the dogs, I really don't have a lot of room to get my riding mower back there.
Oh yeah, I'm
So I'm
sure.
gonna have to get a push mower, right? Well,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm not gonna fucking have a push mower and a riding mower.
Most people do with
Yeah, I
large
know,
yards.
but I'm just not gonna
I
do it.
did. We had 2 push mowers and a riding mower.
Yeah. So I'm selling the riding mower and I'm just gonna do the push mower. I might reconsider that after the next time I mow my lawn.
You might.
Because I was a herding puppy. Let me tell you that when I mow my lawn with my riding mower, I'm done in about 35 40 minutes.
Hmm.
It literally took me 3 hours to do it with a push mower because I took
Keep the
4
riding mower.
breaks. Huh?
Keep the riding mower.
Well, I'll get better. I'll get better at it. I was just like, oh, my back is killing me. I gotta go take a break. I was hurting. I was hurting because and what happens is when my back starts
Oh my
flaming up,
God.
it's my stenosis. So my leg starts
Yes.
getting numb. And
Yes,
it's
it's so
like,
fucking annoying. I have to tell you, I'm right there with you because I have the same thing. I have stenosis in my lumbar and my neck area, and it's funny that you're talking about cutting the grass and you're sore. Just like a week ago, I was like, you're fucking old when you get sore cleaning your fucking house.
oh yeah, right.
And I'm like, I'm in a shoebox flat, basically. I'm in a duplex. I'm downstairs. I call this my bunker. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I don't get it. When
Yeah.
did I get that old?
Well, I will tell you this. Kendra's right. She just put it in the chat. We're gonna do a lot of landscaping. So it's gonna make the mower a lot easier.
Hmm.
You know, um, but oh yeah, it was hurting. I was hurting. Thank God it was a good day. I mean it was a nice day, but Jesus, it was bad. So yeah, everybody, most the veterans in our group are gonna understand it. Yeah, I've got L4, L5 problems. So my stenosis is right there at L4. When that gets inflamed and I'm just like, oh God,
Yeah,
it's so bad.
yeah.
And I had
Your
to go
toes start
into.
going numb.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
No, mine
fantastic.
mine is from my hip to my knee. My left leg from my hip to my knee will just completely go fucking numb, like bad pins and needles numb.
Wow.
And it's so uncomfortable. I have to go in, sit down, and relax. But yeah, what I'm used to 40 minutes took me 3.5 hours to mow my
Keep the
lawn.
riding mower.
I'm like, fuck. No, look at Judy. I was working out every single day,
Yeah, I know. I was too.
and I haven't. I've not been able to fucking work out. First
Same
of
here.
all, the gym that I was working out at, um, not a lot of people know me. I mean, David Shecker, who just tuned in, stopping by to say hello. He's keeping up, doing his thing, and he's taking off. But I'm guessing he's probably going to be taking off again. Now he knows me. My last year and a half in the army, I'll admit it, I was not in shape. I was not at all. I was dealing with my back issues. I was dealing with fucking ankle issues. I broke my ankle right before I deployed to Afghanistan. It was misdiagnosed as a grade 3 sprain. So yeah, I was a little overweight. I wasn't in the best shape. But over the last year and a half, I mean, fuck, I went from 265 down to 220.
Hmm.
I was in great shape, benching fucking 350, freaking.
I was
Well,
gonna say you were over 300. I remember that.
no, well, 335. 335 bench, 525 squat. I was in really good shape. I would guess my body fat had gone way down, right?
Shecker says you stared at the mirror in the gym more than anything.
Yes, exactly. Okay, but I got into really good shape. Then the shit at the gym I was going to, the owner sold it to a new guy who I think is a
Oh
complete
God.
fucking douchebag, and I just wasn't gonna fucking stay there anymore.
Right.
And since then I haven't had the ability to work out every day like I was. I know I've got weaker. I don't think I could put up 300 right now. I was running just about every fucking day.
I would be lucky if I could do a squat with a fucking bar right now, an empty bar.
I'm definitely out of shape. I'm definitely out of shape, and I really want to get back to where I was, but until we can get the stuff that we're doing around the house done and we can concentrate on working out, it's just one of those things. So I've got a gym. I actually have a complete fucking setup in the basement. I've got a Bowflex, I've got a freaking flat bench, I've got freaking weights, I've got curl, everything to do it. Just no time.
Yeah.
So, but I want to get there again. So anyway, 7:43. We've spent a lot of time already talking bullshit.
I know.
Why don't we jump into something different tonight? Oh,
sure.
No, let's not. Let's go to our douche of the weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to douche of the week. Instead of jumping, because I was going to say let's do Florida Man. But let's hold off Florida Man until just before we're about to get to fucking our news. Because
I think that's a good idea.
In together, okay?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start off douche of the weeks. I'm going to do my douche of the week first. You did yours last week first, so I'm going to go 1st tonight, okay?
Mm-hmm. Threatcon 5 Radios. Douche of the week.
My douche of the week this week is Mother Nature. Okay? Mother Nature can go fuck herself. It has been not the greatest fucking spring. All right, I think we've had 3 days over 65. 3, maybe. Tomorrow's going to fucking snow. May 14th, fucking snow. We're getting a nor'easter in fucking New England. Okay? Thanks, Mother Nature.
Really?
Fuck you, bitch. Yes, really.
You're getting a nor'easter? Holy shit.
Okay?
A little late, isn't it?
What the fuck? Did somebody, not make it aware to anybody
Mother
that
Nature's late.
It's fucking May? I've got 2 things that I want to say about my douche of the week. One,
I love your picture for her, by the way.
Yes, Mother Nature, you can kiss my lily white ass. Okay? And Puxatawny Phil, fuck you, you little fucking rodent.
Lying sack of shit.
Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe how fucking cold it is here. All right, the only way we stay warm here is going in the hot tub. It's fucking awful. So, ladies and gentlemen, my douche of the week is Mother Nature. If you see her, pop a fucking cap in her ass.
Kick her in the clam.
All right, yeah, kick her in the fucking clam. That's all I got to say about that. Moving right along.
Oh my God.
Just
no,
being
that
real.
was fantastic. So, my douches of the week. Or do I have my picture up?
Oh, yes, you do.
I picked 2 people because these fuck sticks. I don't understand why these guys showed up at this thing. So, the school shooting in Colorado last week.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Dean Cerny said, punter or Kamala Harris. Wow.
Oh, shit.
People,
Maybe
why
we
do
should
we only have fucking...
10 shares.
Hey, wait a
It's
minute, Andrew Boner.
67.
How do you know about my TikTok rants? 67 shares. Why do we only have 67 shares, people?
Yeah, what the fuck, over.
All right, anyway.
So, my douches of the week are Colorado Representatives Jason Crow and Michael Bennett. They are Democrats.
Of course.
Decided to show up at the Interfaith Memorial Vigil that was held shortly after the school shooting, the most recent school shooting in Colorado. It left 1 student dead and 8 were injured. So the reason they're my douches of the week is because these 2 fucksticks got up and turned their speeches about the horrific events at the school into politics. It was not a vigil, Now, Bulldog, a vigil to me is something where the closest of people to the victims get together and mourn their death or pray for their safety, like these people that are injured.
Now, before you go any further on that, well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I want to add something about this because I
Okay.
did actually hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
But they started speaking about gun control. Now, here's one of my problems. We have like 78 people running or wanting the Democratic, they want to run for president. And Michael Bennett is one of them. He started to speak about gun control and policy at the fucking vigil for the kid who was killed and the 8 victims who are, struggling with their injuries. So, a large group of students and parents got up and walked out.
That's what I was going to bring up. And I thought that was fucking awesome that those parents and students did
absolutely.
Yep.
Because you know what? If you want to go to an event like this as a politician, you support your fucking community. You don't start fucking talking about politics at a fucking vigil or a memorial service or anything like that. You leave it what it's supposed to be. It's a fucking community event where the community rallies around each other, those who have lost lives, the families of those who have lost lives, and the victims that were injured, that were unable to attend that event because of their injuries. You don't fucking start talking about your policies that don't fucking work in the first place. I couldn't believe that. I heard a little snippet of it on...
Hey, Judy.
Yeah.
We have a new listener, Wendy Mulroy, and she came out with her first comment and came out with a bang. Democrats never waste a crisis.
She knocked that shit out of the park, didn't she?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I mean, it's disgusting. And the kids actually, it sounds like now, I wish somebody would have gotten video of this. It sounds like the kids actually started chanting over them as they were talking towards the end of their fucking, let me make this my political platform. Yeah. So the kids actually started talking over them or chanting mental health.
Okay. See, and have you noticed, by the way, that the issue in Colorado has not been on the television very much? Do you know why?
Why?
Because it doesn't fit the fucking liberal media's agenda.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because
these kids were both...
Colorado's part of the left coast, right?
But it doesn't matter. The point is that these kids that committed this heinous act at this school we're talking about fucking a transgender. All right, we're talking about kids that were Democrat all the way, liberal, and against President Trump and so on and so forth. So it didn't fit their freaking agenda. And you know what the worst thing? And I want to say something about this issue because you talked to me earlier today and you sent me the message and said I want to rant about an unpopular opinion. Mm-hmm. Right? Did you already rant about that unpopular opinion, by the way?
No, that's later.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. That this whole issue with the transgender shit, here's the unpopular opinion from my fucking point of view. Women in this country are being made to look like fucking nobodies because of transgender. All right?
Don't even...
All right. No, I'm sorry. I have to fucking go there right now, Judy.
Are you going to talk about the sports events?
Track and field. All right? In Connecticut alone, the Connecticut State track and field event was won by a freaking transgender girl. All right? Who is a boy who is now identifying as transgender as a female. All right? A woman MMA fighter got her skull cracked by a man who is identifying as a woman. This shit has to fucking end. All right?
Oh, it's the sports world
is fucking mental disorder. Get the fuck over it. Because science doesn't fucking change. You may be identifying as a man, but you're a woman, or you may be identifying as a woman, but you are a man. If you have a blood test, guess what? Your fucking DNA will still show you as the sex that you were fucking born. And all this, I don't even know what the fuck this is. I'm cis? Get the fuck over it. You're a fucking man or you're a fucking woman. All right? And I'm sorry. You want to be transgender, you can be transgender. If that's who you identify as, then good for you. But you are not allowed to compete in sports that are not your natural fucking sex's freaking event. Not gonna fucking happen. I don't know why anybody has not put a fucking stop to this already. Okay? It should already be fucking taken care of. No, you used to be a man, you're now a woman, you cannot compete in this fucking event. Sorry,
No, because
not
physics
fucking happening.
your physics doesn't change just because you've turned yourself into a woman.
In the second thing on there, you know, I don't understand where. Oh, there's 49 fucking thousand fucking genders. No, there's not. There's 2 genders, male and female. You are not cis, you are not fucking anything else, so stop. Okay? I don't fucking care. If you want to be identifying or transing to another sex, then by all means go ahead and do it. But you have no right to use that as a way of getting ahead. Oh, well, I used to be a man and I'm super fucking fast, so now I'm going to compete as a woman. Well, you know what? I
don't agree with it at all.
I identify as an Apache helicopter.
I'm a unicorn.
Go ahead, girl. No, but this whole thing is completely out of fucking... It's ridiculous.
It is, absolutely. Now, here's the thing. If they don't want... Let's just say they don't want to compete as a male. They were born male, now they're transgender, now they identify as a woman. If they don't want to compete as a male, that's fine. They need their own class.
Yeah, there you go.
Because all they're doing is basically... If the shoe were on the other foot, the roles were reversed, the ACLU would be all over this shit.
Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And you know what? Here's an even better one for you. If you are a woman, Judy, and you
if I was.
No. If you were a woman and you wanted to become a man, and then you go get pregnant, you are not a man who gave birth. You are a woman who obviously had a fucking vagina still. Otherwise, there was no way you were getting fucking pregnant. This shit is out of fucking control. Out of fucking control. I'm trying to figure out what I just missed. What did I just miss? Somebody just tagged me.
Dean Cerny says he self-identifies as a Rambo clone.
Yeah, well, whatever. All right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead and go back to the go back to your douche of the week. I'm sorry I stepped into that, but
you're fine.
There's just so much stuff that just pisses me off.
I know.
And I see this stuff, and I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me right now.
Yeah. So, I hope that more people start leaving events like this or protesting at the event. Absolutely. If these kids were trying to chant over these 2 fucktards, they had it. Those guys had it coming.
Okay, but the problem is that Sandy Hook and freaking the one in Stoneham Douglas, they made it so that politicizing a school shooting is the cool fucking thing to do. And I'm sorry. All right, it's all about mental illness. It's all about fucking... Well, let me rephrase that. It's everything but gun control, okay? Because Chicago has the strictest fucking gun control in this country, yet they, every year, lead the nation in fucking homicides. Why? How is that? Well, where did they get guns? Oh, that's right. They're fucking criminals, and they're gonna find a way. I don't think it's legal in... Colorado for a child to have a fucking gun.
Last I checked, no.
But they had one. and they
Yeah.
committed a crime. You know what? I want to stop focusing on the fucking individuals that commit these heinous crimes. I want to stop focusing on the fucking fact that they had a weapon they shouldn't have had. I want to start focusing on the heroes, the individual that wanted to be a Marine.
Yep.
And lost his life defending his fellow students. Okay? I want to concentrate on the young men and the young women who step up and put their lives ahead of others, who make selfless service what it's supposed to be. That's what's important. Stop, and I'm not saying this about what you're doing tonight. We got to stop putting the focus on jackasses like Jason Crow and Michael Bennett. Okay, and we need to start putting them on the fucking heroes, the men and the boys and the girls that put their lives ahead of others, the men and women who unselfishly put their lives in danger to protect someone else, because that's what it's all about. Because you know what, people are gonna find a way, all right. And if they can't have access to firearms, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fucking cut you. All right. Did you hear the story about the woman who had to fake her death in order to protect herself on the Appalachian Trail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Where a man killed an individual with a machete. Why is that not fucking national news right now? Oh, that's right, because there's no fucking way to put restrictions on knives. Okay?
Right.
Let's go back to about a year and a half ago where an individual in a box truck ran over a bunch of people. Let's go back.
Box trucks are illegal.
Let's go back to 18 years ago when individuals used planes to kill 2,984 people. Okay? If you are that fucking whacked and that hell-bent on bringing harm to other people, you're going to find a way. All right? So let's stop politicizing shit like school shootings, because guess what? They're not the guns are not the fucking problem.
Well, and I just, you and I have discussed that so many times.
Yeah, until we're blue in the face.
Yeah, and for this, it's not even, how do I say this? It's not politicizing the school shooting. It's the fact that it was at a fucking vigil. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just, it's the lowest of low. Mm-hmm. I'm running for president and I want you to hear my opinion because this is going to help me get voted in. No, Bennett. No, actually it isn't, you fucktard. Because nobody wants you here talking about this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty fucking pathetic.
It's just fucking unbelievable.
That it is. We need to as a country, we need to start pushing a better agenda. Let's not stop concentrating on gun control. Gun control, because it's not gun control. It's mental health. If you look at the situations that have happened, okay, all the way back to Sandy Hook, the individual that did that shooting was mentally unstable.
Yes.
The South Carolina church shooting was mentally unstable. Okay? Mm-hmm. The young man in fucking Florida was mentally unstable. All right. The shooting at the Orlando nightclub was people that were hell bent on killing Americans. San Bernardino was hell bent on killing Americans. Some of these situations.
That's the synagogue in Southern what is that? Pomona, California, I think.
Yeah, whatever it was. I mean, we're talking about situations where
he was inspired by the ones in New Zealand.
Look at the shootings in Dallas where they killed where the guys killed the police officers. The Marine.
Yeah, I thought he was Army.
Was he Army?
Maybe. Yes.
I thought he was Marine. Whatever. They found a way. Mm-hmm. They're gonna find a way.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you know what? You're never gonna. The black market. I mean, let's just pretend that we all give up our guns. The black market is not going to stop. It will thrive if we all give up our guns.
All right. So that is our douche of the weeks, or our douches of the week.
Douches.
Our douches.
Because you're a douche.
So now it is time for us to move right along to our top 10. And our top 10 this week is actually going to play right into Florida Man. So we're going to hit you up with 2 segments at the same time, our top 10 and our Florida Man segment. Because if you're new to the show, if you don't know, our favorite state is Florida. And you know what, Judy? I got to say, we put this shit on the fucking map. Okay? Because
totally
our favorite state has been Florida for how long? Going on 2 years.
Yeah,
we've
about
been
2
doing
years,
this show,
I'd say.
and Florida has been our favorite state. Now all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, well, Florida."
Oh, Threatcon 5 is doing
We've been
it.
talking
Now
about
we need
Florida
to do it.
forever. All
Yeah,
right. So we're gonna do our
absolutely.
top 10 as soon as my fucking thing loads. I don't know why it's not here.
So I might have a little issue viewing because the last time I was on this, there was an ad that blocked my
Sorry,
shit.
My shit's not even opening up.
Oh, sweet.
Great. Let me try it a different way.
So the headline is, if you need me to, I can resend it to
please,
you.
go ahead. No,
The
I've got
headline
it.
is,
It's not
10
It's not a matter of
oh, that fucking ad, you piece of shit.
that fucking ad.
There's a banner on the side of my page that's about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, and it blocks the whole side of the page.
Well, that sucks to be you. All right,
Yeah,
so
it
our
does.
top 10
I'm going to
is
open this on another browser.
the
Go
10
ahead.
more crazy misadventures of Florida Man.
Does that mean there's another one too?
There must be. I don't know.
Sweet.
Great, we'll have to search for that shit. All right, so our top 10 this week, as we said, what the fuck just happened? All right, here we go. So while you're fucking with that, I'll start number 10. Okay?
Go.
Number 10, Florida Man threatens to unleash his army of turtles upon the world. Can't make this shit up. We talked about it last week.
We totally did.
Yep, we did.
Didn't we both have this story?
Yeah, we did. Okay. I wish... So I think you have the same thing I have. I have an ad by Google on the fucking...
God bless. How the hell am I supposed to view this?
I can only read half the fucking thing. So I'm going to make up some words. Outside of Orlando, a man named Thomas Lane was walking around a local shopping center, screaming obscenities at people. He called himself the Saint, and telling prophecies to anyone who would listen. Unfortunately for him, the days were numbered. The days where people believed that you're touched by God are over. And you're not likely to see another Joan of Arc situation at any time. The police were called, and he was arrested for disturbing the peace. As he was taken away, the crowd of onlookers stared at Lane as he screamed his final words, "My army of turtles will destroy everyone."
Wait. My army of turtles will destroy everyone.
Why do you think he had a British accent?
I don't know. I'm just that
Now,
wasn't
the real
British. That
question
was just
here
fucking
is-
around.
Now, the real question here is, are we talking about an army of tiny box turtles? Because we just might be able to outrun them. Or is he really a misunderstood mad scientist who has secretly created the real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in his basement laboratory?
Turtles in a half shell.
We
Turtle
may never,
power.
You know what, Judy? We may never know. And do you know why we may never know?
Why?
Because that son of a bitch is wearing a white jacket in a white padded room somewhere in fucking Florida.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song when I was reading
Oh,
this
yeah, that
story
was
last
just
time.
last
remember?
week, actually.
I know, right? I figured out how to get rid of the ad. When you're in your browser, hit Control- until the browser shrinks, until it shrinks down a little bit.
Ah! Perfect!
There you go.
Moving right along. Number 9.
Number 9, Florida man caught licking a doorbell repeatedly.
This was national news.
I love the emoji
I
for
love
it.
when a state gets put on the map for something like this.
Yep.
You know, like Massachusetts. You'll forever be known as the state that elected Pocahontas. All right, moving right along.
On January 24th, 2019, a woman in Lake Worth awoke at 6 a.m. to an alert on her cell phone.
Uh-oh.
Someone had triggered the motion sensor at her front door. Her doorbell had a built-in security camera, so it showed her a live feed of who was standing at her door. She was able to witness and record a man holding a stack of newspapers and a phone book as if he was holding a pizza. Then he proceeded to lick her doorbell repeatedly.
Maybe it was one of those new flavored doorbells.
This tastes like schnozberries?
They taste like the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Technically, it's not like he was stealing anything or trying to break into the home. He was just licking. Strangely, this is not the first time this has been done.
Nothing wrong with that.
In California, security footage captured a man licking a doorbell for 3 hours.
Oh,
straight.
that's the one that made national news.
3 hours. You know how long our show is? Add another hour to it, and he was still going. Oh, this is great.
Boy.
While he made eye contact with the camera lens. That's not creepy at all. The creepiest thing of all is that we only know about these cases because they were caught on camera. So these kinds of incidents may have been happening long before people were installing this technology near their front doors. The only question we have is why.
Yes, and it's
Just
a good question.
why.
It's a good question.
Actually, I do have another question. After I started reading this, I was like, wait a minute. Do you think she could make that advertise, what is it, $39,000 off of Pornhub for this?
I don't know. I don't know. Number 8.
Pornhub on a Pornhub channel near you.
All right.
No, it's Monday. I got to get my Pornhub jokes in.
Number 8.
Electrocuted that bitch. They wouldn't do it anymore.
Right. In April of 2019, a 34-year-old... Now, okay. Before I go on, I'm going to tell you that the majority of these fucking stories we have covered in the last 3 months.
Absolutely.
Okay? In April of 2019, a 34-year-old man named Michael Casey Lewis, and never trust them when they have 3 first names, was released from the St. Lucie County Jail in Fort Pierce. He had just finished serving his sentence, and normally convicts have to wait for their loved ones to pick them up at the prison. Lewis began to wander the parking lot, waiting for his ride, his girlfriend, but security detained him. And why would they do such a thing, Judy? Well, I don't know, because they noticed he was testing the door handles of the parked cars in the lot. Just a few minutes after leaving prison, he had already managed to steal an iPhone, $547 in cash, a debit card, 4 packs of cigarettes.
Gotta have them cigarettes.
At least the cops didn't have to walk very far to bring him to booking. Though he was charged with burglary and grand theft, by the time his girlfriend had finally arrived to pick him up, she learned he had been re-admitted into that fine institution. And she had to pay an additional $11,250 for his bail. If we can learn anything from this story, it's that you should really lock your car doors, especially if you work in a prison.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we ever covered this, but it does vaguely ring a bell. Number 7. Florida man gets into a fight with a bird and loses.
Mm-hmm.
In the state of Florida, the weather is warm nearly all year long. So there are plenty of people who enjoy buying exotic pets to keep them on their land. And they're great fucking neighbors to have, too, and listen to fucking peacocks at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
A bird called the cassowary. Yeah, that's a hard word to say. We just did this story last week.
We just did this story, yep. Cassowary.
Yep. Is native to the tropical rainforests in Southeast Asia as well as Australia.
Yeah,
it is often called...
Our cunt friend Bill Gammon probably has one.
It is often called the world's most dangerous bird, and even zoological experts keep cassowaries in armored enclosure for their own safety. Armed is different.
You know, if you have to have this animal in captivity and you have to put them in armored enclosure, maybe it's not good to keep them.
Maybe they're not meant to be pets. Maybe zoos should be responsible for them.
Yeah.
Casauries grow to around 6.5 feet tall and weigh an average of 132 pounds, but they can grow up to 200 pounds, especially if they hit the gym a lot. They don't fly, but a casauri's body is held up with massive muscular legs that resemble dinosaur claws. Doesn't that sound like fun, Bulldog?
Oh, yes.
In 2012, a casauri even kicked an Australian tourist off a cliff. And the writer says presumably it had just watched the movie 300. So, of course, Florida man just had to have it as his sidekick. Marvin Hayos kept a casauri as a pet in his backyard. On April 14th, 2019, he was brought to the hospital after sustaining serious injuries from the bird and died soon after. This is only the second time in recorded history where a casauri has actually killed someone, but that's not for lack of trying.
It's only the second time they know of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, crazy. Number 6. Florida man dressed as Spider-Man to commit crimes. First of all, he's a douche because Spider-Man is a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes!
He's not supposed to commit crimes or do bad things. We've already mentioned that Florida man is basically the world's worst superhero, but he truly crossed the line when he decided to sully the name of beloved Marvel character Spider-Man. In March of 2019, Edward Wilburn, also known as Fast Eddie to his friends, because of course that's what a petty thief would be called.
Right, of course.
Was caught stealing from a liquor store while wearing a Spider-Man mask and a red t-shirt. He had already previously stolen from a local thrift store in the same outfit. Well, this guy's got his fucking priorities all backwards. It's you rob from the liquor store, then your stupidity leads you to the thrift store. Come on, dude. Wilburn was caught because he originally approached the store without his mask on and then tried to break in through the front door. He realized he forgotten his mask and quickly went back to the car to put it on, but the security camera already caught him. After all, it was pointing at the front doors, and they're made of glass, so really the whole charade was pointless, but, as always, also very hilarious.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I actually don't know if we had this last one.
No, I don't know about this one. Yeah.
We've had similar stories, but not this exact one. Number 5, Florida man cycles backwards on a major highway in the buff.
Oh, well.
Well, it gets warm in Florida.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Hope his bits didn't get sunburned.
Hey, another new name, Stephen Valentine. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Good to see you. Welcome.
I hope that you enjoy what you're hearing so far.
Now, we know it gets hot in Florida and people are more free with showing a little bit of skin, but there is truly a point where it's crossing the line. And the writer says, "We're looking at you, Steve." In August of 2018, commuters in Miami spotted a man riding his bicycle on I-95. Wow, that's actually a major highway that goes across the whole entire east coast of this country. So he was naked except for a pair of bright pink socks.
Hey, if you're going to do it in style.
Oh, bright pink socks, underwear, and sneakers. His clothes appeared to be wrapped around his head like a turban. Why not?
Well, wait a minute. If he was wearing pink socks, underwear, and sneakers, then he was not fucking nude.
Yeah, what?
All right,
You're
now,
not in the buff if you have socks on, people.
Yeah, you're not naked if you're wearing socks.
It's like sex doesn't count if you're still wearing socks.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that.
Jesus.
Amateurs. In case you were wondering, using a bicycle on a major highway is completely illegal, but funnily enough, there was so much traffic congesting the highway on the day he was captured on camera that the man was actually going faster than the cars. I've been on 95, that I believe.
Yeah.
And there probably would have been no way for cops to catch up to him, even if he was spotted. He was never arrested, and apparently this kind of thing happens all the time in Florida. Sure it does.
No
Threatcon
way.
5 talks about this shit weekly.
No way. I don't believe it.
Maybe because some people think it's okay to wear Speedos to the beach, why not take them to the streets?
Yeah, he wasn't naked.
He wasn't naked. You fucking... That's false advertising.
Number 4.
I think we did this one.
I don't know what the big deal is with this one. I mean, I do the same thing. On February 28, 2019, a former convict named Evan Charles McLemore barricaded himself inside his parents' house. Now, there's a very important part of this story that's not discussed, and I want to throw it out there that based on what this guy has done and so on, he lived at his parents' house. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. He lived with his parents. All right? His stepmother called the police due to the fact that he was being abusive towards his grandmother. When they arrived, McLemore was holding a gun to his head, telling the police he would rather die than go to prison again. My opinion, encourage him to just take it. Do it. Because we have to get rid of some of the idiots in this country. Just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
The SWAT team showed up, and the two sides had a standoff that lasted over 4 hours while negotiators tried to convince him to put the gun down and come out quietly. Do you know what it was that got them to make him stop?
What?
They bought him pizza. Yes. Okay. Eventually, one of the police officers ordered pizza and brought it back for lunch. While they were eating, they got over the megaphone and asked him if he wanted a slice. This offer for free food was enough to make him come out peacefully. Hey, if it's good enough pizza, you never know.
Yeah, it depends on the pizza. You know, if we're talking Little Caesars, fuck you. I'm offing myself.
Not funny.
Kitty! Apparently he's very needy tonight. So this one's interesting. Number 3. Florida man throws a toilet through a window. Now, the thing about Florida man is that he sometimes decides to travel out of state. We have had some of those stories. And wreaks havoc on the rest of the country. This was the case with a man named Dave Tolliver. He had a history of selling cocaine in Florida and was most likely on the run, trying to avoid getting caught elsewhere. Presumably, he was high on something.
No.
That never happens. We've never had a story like that before. Because he picked up a toilet and threw it through a large glass window at the Board of Education building in East St. Louis, Illinois, before running away in the opposite direction.
Well, it would make no sense if he ran towards the fucking Board of Education.
Or into the building after... Fuck. Later, when the police found Tolliver, he was sitting on a street corner. This time, he was sitting on yet another toilet that he had placed on the sidewalk. Where is this dude getting all these toilets?
And he apparently has some money because a toilet costs about $70.
Yeah. Well, it depends on where.
Well, he is selling cocaine, so.
Yeah, you got a point there. There was no rational explanation as to how or why he was carrying around 2 heavy toilets with him. We just hope he wasn't in the middle of using it when the police found him. You know, that reminds me of the TV show Jackass. They actually went into a plumbing store, and I think it was, what's his name? The main guy. Oh my God, I can't think of his name now.
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville. He sat down on a fucking toilet and read a paper and took a dump at a plumbing store.
That's pretty funny. Number 2.
I love this headline.
The headline reads, Florida man mocks the police, immediately crashes into tree. In April 2019, police in Volusia County set up a routine traffic stop where they were speaking with each driver that passed by. As the cars ahead of him stopped, 23-year-old motorcyclist named Russell Gorzig saw the checkpoint. Instead of getting in line, he went around the cars, revving his engine very loudly, taunting the police. He thought this was so funny that he actually did it twice, looping around the police station and revving his engine over and over again. A deputy had enough and decided to follow Gorzig. The young man had stopped in a convenience store to buy a snack, and he saw the police coming for him. He sped off, going 100 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone when he crashed into a tree and fell into someone's yard. He had to be airlifted to the hospital, but he only had minor injuries. I want to know what kind of gear this guy was wearing. 100 miles an hour and hit a tree?
And he wasn't missing a limb?
Yeah.
Or his head?
But presumably, his ego has been bruised forever.
Oh, I had them, but wow, yeah. So the number one, I don't know if I'd call this number one. It's
No.
pretty. This is more Roll Tide than it is Florida Man. Florida man and woman celebrate their redneck mud park themed wedding. Last and certainly not least, Florida man and Florida woman finally joined together in holy matrimony, and they truly do deserve each other.
Yeah.
They got married in the only way they know how, the redneck way. A couple named Jeremy and Ariel Biddle decided that they wanted to have a non-traditional ceremony that was fun for their family and friends. I really don't see how this was fun, but they decided to have a mud park wedding during an event in Tampa called Trucks Go Wild, Merca. Instead of a wedding dress, Ariel wore a white bikini to the ceremony, and they said their vows while standing in the back of a pickup truck. They proceeded to drive trucks and off-road vehicles through the mud immediately after they each said I do. After their story went viral online, the couple decided to set up a GoFundMe page in hopes that strangers would pay for their honeymoon, where they plan to ride Jeeps through the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. Because everybody else should pay for their fucking redneck wedding and
Right.
fuck that garbage.
They must be liberals.
All right, so I'm going to tell you this, Judy.
Yes.
So that was our top 10, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to tell you that I had some people send me some stories this week from Florida Man. And I'm going to say that the number one should have been the one that Jill Helka sent me.
Oh, Jesus.
Florida police find snarling woman with 7 syringes in her vagina.
Ow.
Florida police arrested a snarling woman. Now, when we talk about snarling, was she like, I'm snarling. I don't know what exactly what snarling is. All right. And she was at a Burger King. The erratic behavior of Jamie Westcott, 35, alarmed employees at the Largo Burger King enough to prompt them to call the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. And, you know, we are getting really good at the fucking sheriff's offices in Florida.
Yeah. We know them well.
Yeah, we're like, oh, yeah, Pinellas. Yep, heard of it. Upon arrival, officers found Westcott to be combative and snarling and yelling at them. Okay. In their written report, deputies said that they saw several indicators of narcotics usage. I knew there was narcotics usage as soon as I read the headline.
Right?
During the arrest, officers thought that they felt something hard in her crotch.
That's what.
Now I want to know what the fuck they were doing in her crotch. Anyway,
I got nothing.
when she was patted down. She was reportedly warned that if back at the jailhouse they find something hidden there, she would be charged with introducing contraband into a detention facility. She reportedly refused to tell the officers that she had what she had hidden and was taken in jail. Indeed, once at the station, the suspect reportedly pulled from her vagina a total of 7 syringes, with a thus far undisclosed liquid in them. She was then hit with an additional charges of introducing contraband in a facility. I mean, they warned her. Westcott also faces charges of drug use, possession, and resisting arrest. The suspect posted a $300 bond and will have to appear in court later this month. $300! Westcott had a rap sheet including arrest for DUI, methamphetamine possession, and leaving the scene of an accident. I don't believe it. No way.
You know, it's
That
a
should be
damn
number one.
shame. Yeah, I agree. It's a damn shame that there is such a fucking delay tonight on the comments
Why?
because they're so far behind us what we're reading.
Oh, really?
So it's hard to read their comments if you're already halfway through the next story.
I think it's just you, Judy.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I think it is, seriously, because
Really?
I'm looking at comments right here, and I'm seeing freaking, okay, would it be a porcupine or a porcupus, depending on how much
Oh.
they either keister or shove up their hole. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other Florida stories?
Maybe. I just haven't dug through my inbox.
All right, well, then I'm going to go to what I believe should be number 2.
Okay.
Frank Urban sent me this, and I am not going to read the headline because it gives the whole fucking story away. A Florida
this is
woman,
why.
a Florida woman, a Dollar General store, a fart, an argument, all combined to produce the exact outcome most would expect said combination would produce. A knife fight. According to the Broward County Sheriff's report, an extremely on-brand Floridian, 37-year-old Shanetta Yvette Wilson of Dania Beach was standing in line at the dollar store when she audibly farted. John Walker was standing in line behind her and complained about her fart. Though it is unknown what specifically about the fart he found offensive, aside from how loud it was or the horrid fucking stench, Walker
You mean like
may have
Tuffy earlier?
Walker may have simply taken issue with the act of farting itself and his close proximity to Wilson's fart, or if the fart were particularly a wet one. Walker could have.
No.
Walker could have found.
Yucky.
Walker could have found the swampy, trumpeting, off-putting, whereas he may have been able to quietly tolerate a drier, less sonically illustrative fart. There's also the matter of the fart smell, of which the Broward County Sheriff's Department report makes no mention. If the stench emanated from the fart, the offended customer's complaint may have been about becoming engulfed by a rotten ghost of the woman's past meals. Or perhaps Walker heard the fart and was unhappy at the mere prospect of being saturated with the foul memories of hot wings and tacos past. This is a well-written story. Regardless, Walker made his distaste known to Wilson, who then, true to the spirit of both her state and the dollar store checkout line, pulled out a knife and threatened to gut Walker while moving to attack him. Wilson was arrested soon after, the Miami Herald reports, that she faces an aggravated assault charge for attacking Walker with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. Let it be known it was not already, just like during sex, a fart heard at the dollar store or in the state of Florida, in general, is best left unmentioned.
So, first off, never have I ever thought that Bulldog or I would be saying fart that many times in a show. Second off, I'm reminded of one of my favorite movies, one of my older movies. I fought in your general direction. Just had to throw that out there. Wow. Seriously, we should have done like a counter. Like there, you got asked earlier, how many times did you say fuck? How many times did you say fart?
Yeah, well, I hope you have gone through your stories because I have more that people sent me.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Should I keep on going?
Do you have more Florida stories?
Yes.
If you have more Florida, keep going,
Yes.
by all means.
Okay, so Rabbi Robert Goldman our buddy that lives in Israel, IDF.
Yes.
Okay. Send us a story about a man that was arrested in Florida for refusing to remove a bumper sticker on his vehicle that read, "I eat ass." Dylan Shane Webb, 23, was driving a brown Chevrolet truck on Sunday when a deputy noticed the sexually suggestive sticker fastened to the rear window and alerted Webb that it violates state obscenity laws. Webb responded by claiming that the content of the sticker was just words. The deputy then asked Webb how a parent of a small child would explain that those words meant. He said it would be up to the parent. The suspect also cited the First Amendment privileges when the deputy asked if he would remove one letter of the sticker. He was charged with obscene writing on vehicles and resisting an officer without violence. And I'm going to say Florida has lost their fucking mind, because next time I drive down there, I'm going to put "I eat pussy" on the back of my car, and I don't care how parents have to fucking explain it to their children. Because if you can read, you probably know what it is.
Bob Jordan says, convenient that the truck is brown.
Yeah. Haines City, a Polk County man was with a blood alcohol level of .241 was arrested after crashing into a police cruiser with his riding mower. 68-year-old Gary Wayne Anderson reportedly crashed into the Haines County Police Department vehicle around 7 a.m. on Saturday evening. Wait a minute, 7 a.m. on Saturday evening?
Yeah, that's here we go. Oh, excellent journalism.
Hold on, I just added 7 a.m.
Oh,
it doesn't say that. Okay, according to the arrest affidavit, the cruiser was parked at Rodriguez Fashion at 1100 US. The officer was tending to another issue when he heard a loud noise and saw Anderson on a riding mower pulling an attached trailer. The crash resulted in minor damage to the plastic rear bumpers of the cruiser. Well, then how loud could the fucking noise really have been? Right? Anderson had extremely bloodshot, watery eyes, appeared to have difficulty holding his head steady, reads the arrest affidavit. The Florida man looked directly at the officer and said, "Fuck it, I'm drunk. Take me to jail."
Nice.
Good for him. Good for him. His demeanor was very erratic, changing multiple times from very angry to joking. After performing some field sobriety tests, which I don't understand why they were necessary if he said, "Fuck it, I'm drunk," the officer tried to read the implied consent warning to the Florida man. However, Gary Wayne Anderson spoke over me and stated it didn't matter because he didn't have a license anyway, which I don't think you actually have to drive a lawnmower. He said he had consumed a pint of wine before mowing, and apparently lost all idea as how long his fucking drive, his yard was. That's not in there. But cocaine was found in his bloodstream later.
No
Anderson
way.
is facing 2 DUI charges, refused to submit DUI after license suspension, and DUI alcohol drugs, third charge in 10 years. He's still in jail with a $3,000 bond, and I would like to share with you his mugshot.
Oh, Jesus.
So here you go. It is in the chat. And I have one more.
Go right ahead.
And this
that's a great mugshot. Wow. He looks like the heat miser.
John Woodruff sent me this one. Woodruff. Florida man was arrested by Pinellas County Sheriff's Department for molesting his dog while dressed as a dog.
Did you say dog? Wait,
Yes.
You said dog.
Yes.
Okay.
He molested his dog while dressed in a dog costume. Well, he arrested for molesting the dog. The costume was, at least legally speaking, immaterial. How did the man who dressed like a dog then molested his dog get caught? You might ask. Turns out, when you post videos online of you molesting your dog while dressed as a dog, people are going to take note and immediately call the police. Because this is Earth. Christian Stewart Oscar Nichols, here's a guy that has 4 first names,
Right?
21, was arrested. 21. He can't, man, you know. Ugh. I got his face. Was charged with aggravated animal cruelty after someone reported to Pinellas County Animal Services that he had unpleasantly misfortune of having seen a video of Nichols non-consensually doing his dog. Get this Good Samaritan some free therapy on the state of Florida's bill, please. The dog in question is a Siberian Husky named Ember. Both Ember and another dog were removed from Nichols' home, which will hopefully be pet-free henceforth. In fact, there should be some sort of reverse electric fence, like if a dog goes onto his property, they get some sort of high-pitched voice or scream in their ear. For the love of God, run from here, run now. And then if Nichols tries to chase after them, he gets shocked by the collar. Of course, one does not simply film oneself raping their dog. That's not a one-time random afternoon activity like frisbee golf or meth. Not even in Florida. So naturally, authorities also found a bunch of videos of other people molesting dogs in Nichols' bedroom. Oh, okay. So apparently, this Nichols dude is the fucking dog sex to the stars. I don't fucking know. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. So other people were molesting dogs in Nichols' room. As such, Nichols also faces 10 additional charges regarding those. He's currently being held on $10,000 bail at the Pinellas County Jail, which rhymes. So, yeah, I'm not even... You know what? Fuck it, I am. I'm going to share this guy's fucking image, too.
So, just out of curiosity, do you have more Florida stories? Because I have one that kind of... Your story you just read is a good segue.
I only have one more. And it was sent to me from my fiance.
Okay, go ahead with your Florida.
My last Florida story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A Florida woman pulled an alligator out of her pants during a traffic stop.
That seems completely normal.
A strange move that might rank on the state's list of odd reported crimes. But as we know, it wouldn't make the top 10, apparently.
Right.
Ariel Michonne LeQuire, 25, was in the passenger seat of a vehicle around 3:30 a.m. in Punta Gorda when she was pulled over, the Miami Herald reported, citing an incident report from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. The department said that a woman was asked if she had anything else in the vehicle and then proceeded to pull an alligator out of her. Are
you all right? You gonna make it?
About 1 foot in length. How did this woman have a 1 foot long fucking alligator in her yoga pants? Michonne LeQuire, along with 22-year-old driver Michael Clemens, claimed they were trying to collect wildlife from underneath an overpass. Investigators said the woman also had 41 small turtles inside a backpack. Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission was called to take over in the sheriff's office said. The state is often known for reports of weird crimes. Just this last week, they caught a fugitive man who thought he could evade capture by wearing a hideous blonde wig.
Wait. Bob Jordan says, that's nothing compared to the python I have in my pants. Okay, it's actually a garter snake.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Nope. You cannot.
Oh, shit.
That's all I got for Florida.
Okay, so not Florida.
Sai said the only way you... so I asked how you put a fucking... that long of an alligator in there. He said, big old cooter.
It might be the same cooter that fit a bunch of syringes.
Yeah.
I'm still uncomfortable about that discussion.
Tony Tolley, the backpack I can see, but the pants?
So
Dean Cerny said, and y'all thought pillow pants was fake. Oh, that's fucking great. All right, moving right along.
So Frank Urban sent me this story today. And your dude fucking his dog is what made me think about it. That it would be perfect to add to this segment. 3 sick Pennsylvania men have been.
Hold on. It is not my dude.
Well, yeah, it's not your dude. Okay, we're gonna back that up just a quick second.
Yeah,
The
please
story
rephrase
that
that.
Bulldog read.
Yeah, thank you.
About the guy
Not my dude.
fucking his dog. 3 sick Pennsylvania men have been arrested for sexually assaulting more than a dozen farm animals over a 5-year period. The 3 men, identified as, shockingly, none of them are from the Middle East, identified as 31-year-old Matthew Brubaker, 34-year-old Mark Miesnikoff, and 41-year-old Terry Wallace were sentenced to 20 to 41 years for forcing themselves on a cow, a goat, 9 horses, and an unspecified number of dogs. All men, I might not be able to get through this whole story. All men were charged with more than 1,400 criminal counts of animal cruelty.
Good night, Jeff Jebby.
Good night. Sexual intercourse with animals. That's why he's leaving this story. And corrupting a minor. Wait, what? An unidentified teenage boy was allegedly tasked with restraining the animals while the trio committed their bizarre crimes. The horses that were assaulted by the men were all said to be females and were placed in the care of the PA Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. How were the men caught? The 3 men were initially arrested in 2018 after the 16-year-old boy told state police all 3 were committing the horrible acts. The teenager were taken into protective custody and thankfully showed no signs of sexual abuse. I don't know. That's pretty damaging behavior, I would think.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania State Police obtained a search warrant for the makeshift farm where the men and boy lived and found a large number of homemade videos. Please don't put that on Pornhub. Please don't ruin my Pornhub.
Those are the videos you don't search for.
Yeah, ever. Nope. I know somebody made a joke about all my fetishes last week. I will not be searching for that on Pornhub.
No, good idea.
So a large volume of homemade videos, recording equipment, and cameras. While searching the barn, they found the men had constructed a special holding pen in the shape of a V to facilitate the sex with animals. Prosecutors say the animal abuse began in 2014 and occurred on a weekly basis. So apparently, I'm not going to be able to read all this. I'm just going to throw that out. But they're getting somewhere between 20 to 41 years.
Good for them.
Yes.
Good for them. Okay.
And of course, one of the guys says the attorney for one of the guys says they did not molest children and they did not hurt people.
Oh, yeah. That's good defense.
That makes it okay then.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Moving right along to Vinton County, Ohio, where a woman was arrested and charged with burglary. And I think that the person that called the cops on her is a douche.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Officials with the Vinton County Sheriff's Office said around 9 a.m. in Hamden, Ohio, a woman... let me take that back. Deputies arrived and spoke with a resident who said a woman broke into her house and began acting bizarrely. The victim said that she entered through the back door, sat down on the couch, and began to pet the family dog. Then she washed the dishes and left the house. As deputies spoke with the victim, sheriff's officials received a call that a woman matching the description of the burglar was knocking on doors in the area of Omar Street in Hamden. They arrested Cheyenne Ewing, who was actually given she gave a false name originally.
Damn.
It
I was going to
appeared-
take down her real name so that I could call her and she could come to my house and break in whenever she
Right?
wants to.
She appeared to be under the influence of narcotics. You don't say.
I don't give
why
a
else
shit.
would you break into someone's house and do their dishes? I mean, that
Jade
is
Lopez
a new
says,
level
seriously,
of
I'll let her
OCD.
wash.
It's a new level of OCD. You know, hey, you have fucking dishes. I saw them sitting in your sink, and I had to wash them. Look at if somebody wants to break in my house and wash my
pay
dishes
her.
and pet my dog, please do it.
I will pay this woman.
Yeah.
She won't make very much, but it'll be before just now.
Exactly. Fuck. Moving right along.
Dean Cerny says he wants to be a victim of having his dishes done.
Bob Jordan asks if she does laundry.
Bob Jordan would like, yeah, or
Yeah.
does she have a sister who does
I don't
laundry? I
understand
mean,
it. I don't get it. I don't know. I
the
don't get
breaking
it.
into the house, I could see that as a little weird. I'll let the lady in. You know what? I will pretend like she broke in if that's part of the thrill for her.
Right. Moving right along.
I'm going to leave it unlocked, but just pretend.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
I promise I will not. I will not call the police.
To my neck of the woods. Friday afternoon, Cumberland County deputies stopped 24-year-old Joshua Jude Maryshow of Crossville after observing him driving recklessly along Natchez Trace.
Oh boy. Not
He
just
passed Natchez Trace. He passed a vehicle at a high rate of speed, causing the vehicle to go into the ditch.
What vehicle? The vehicle he
Really?
was driving or the one that he passed? Because that's
Yeah.
not very clear.
Well, this is Crossville, Tennessee, so it's not like we're talking about journalism in New York City or something.
Okay. True.
The arrest report. Oh, it even says it. The arrest report is ambiguous as to whether it was Marishow's vehicle or the other one that ended up in the ditch. So the cop's doing his job. Deputies stopped Marishow once he reached Turner Greenhouse Road and U.S. Highway 27. According to the arrest report, Marishow claimed he passed the lady because he was in a hurry and she was driving too slow for him.
Yeah.
When
Sounds
asked
about
why-
the reason I pass people.
Well, yeah, all the time. When asked why he was in such a hurry, he replied he was late getting to a job interview. Well, fucking let him go. The guy needs a job.
Yeah.
Marishow was arrested for reckless driving and placed under $1,000 bond. Well, how the fuck
Wow.
is he going to pay that if he doesn't have a job, copper?
I know, right? What's up, Rob Vining?
So here's what I want to know. Do you think the company that he was interviewing with would take that as an excuse and they would want to hire him? Is he getting the job? What's going on here? We need more information.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot left.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We need answers. Threatcon 5 needs answers.
We need them. Solon, Ohio. A Solon man was arrested in... Oh, Dean Cerny sent me this, by the way. A Solon man was arrested and charged with theft after allegedly placing a package of meat in his pants. Da-dum. And walking out of the... walking out of the 310 Aurora Road Market District with more meat in his hands. And that is not a sexual innuendo. On May 3rd, Tavon Nelson Allen, 23, exited the building with the meat before an officer confronted him in the parking lot.
No, with his meat.
Nelson Allen refused to stop for the officer before the police confronted the male in the Park East Apartments parking lot. He had an open package of unpaid beef jerky in his hands, and as he was being handcuffed, a package of steak fell from his pants. Now I wonder, was it tube steak?
He had beef jerky in his hands.
Yeah. An employee of the store told police they had also captured a theft on video the prior day and believe it was Nelson Allen as well. While searching Nelson Allen's belongings, police discovered a bag of marijuana. Hey, listen, you know what? The guy was smoking weed. He was hungry. He wanted some beef jerky. Let the dude go.
Bob Jordan says, have you seen beef prices lately?
Yeah. Drive you to fucking steal them. Moving right along.
By the way, John Bright is scaring me. He says that he's listening in the shower and that Bulldog's voice is apparently hot or something like that, and he's had to rewatch times.
Yeah,
That's horrifying.
Yeah. He has a stand-up of me, too. That's even more horrifying.
Yes, I agree.
Where he
So,
got it, I have no idea.
so we're going to stay right here where I am in Tennessee. Thursday morning, Cumberland County deputies were called to a local auto dealership for a suspicious woman.
Oh, Jesus, a suspicious woman.
They found 41-year-old Carrie Renee Durbin of Crossville sitting on the front steps of the business, saying she was waiting on the owner to give her a car.
Oh, shit. Hey.
Because apparently that's how it works.
Hey, fuck it. You got high aspirations.
Deputies noticed Durbin had slightly slurred speech.
Oh.
Ding, ding, ding. And seemed to have difficulty understanding the questions posed to her.
Like, what's your name?
What's
Why
your name?
are you here?
The arrest report states when deputies asked Durbin a question, the quote is, she would look at the sky and talk to herself before presenting an answer.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Deputies reported Durbin stated that she was tired of walking and being followed by the Antichrist. When they tried to relocate her to a safe location, she refused and was said to have insisted that they take her to jail.
Hey, fuck it.
That's our second one that we've had tonight who said, "Take me to jail."
Yeah.
That's
Take me to
rare.
jail. Fuck it. I'm drunk.
Determining Durbin was under the influence of an intoxicant. No.
No way.
Deputies.
An intoxicant?
Yeah.
Did they really say that? An intoxicant?
Yes. Some
Wow.
sort of. We're
That
not
is
really
some
sure.
that's $1 million fucking word for some of these police officer reports.
I know, right? Deputies detained her for her own safety and that of the public. She's due in court on June 3rd.
There you go.
I'm posting this in our chat session here because her mugshot is very come at me, bro.
All right, so Julie, I'm surprised that we haven't touched the story otherwise up until now. But this story was sent to me by James and Julie Goodyear.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Uh-oh.
Bob
My
Jordan
computer
says,
just fucking lock up? Nope. it didn't.
uh-oh.
All right. What did Bob Jordan say?
Bob Jordan says, followed by the Antichrist. I didn't know she knows my ex-wife.
All right. Uh-oh.
What? Whoa.
Uh-oh. Okay, I got to open the
Are you
story
breaking
again.
things, Bulldog?
Yeah. All right. So, the headline, 13 illegal immigrants arrested in California wearing U.S. Marine uniforms and apparently driving a U.S. government van. Border Patrol agents recently arrested 13 illegal immigrants disguised as U.S. Marines and riding in a fake military van.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection said Tuesday the illegal immigrants were clad in Marine uniforms when they were apprehended at the Campo Border Patrol westbound I-8 checkpoint at 11 p.m. on March 14th near Pine Valley, California, border officials said. 2 U.S. citizens in the van were also arrested. After the suspicious white van was subjected to secondary inspection, it was determined that the driver of the vehicle and its front seat passenger were U.S. citizens who were attempting to smuggle 13 illegal immigrants into the United States. All of the vehicle's occupants wore U.S. Marine uniforms, reportedly emblazoned with the name Perez. Yeah, I mean, totally believable that all 13
Every
were named
single one
Perez.
of them. Oh, that's fantastic.
This effort is an example of the lengths smugglers will go to avoid detection, and the skilled and effective police work and vigilance displayed every day by Customs and Border Patrol personnel. Now, a few months ago, or maybe last month, whenever the fuck it was, apparently some U.S. Army soldiers were confronted by Mexicans at the border, and they turned over their firearms to the Mexican people, right? And
Right.
the Marines tore into the Army over that. But nobody has given the Marines shit for apparently Mr. Marine Perez giving his fucking uniforms to 13 fucking illegals.
Right.
The van used the smuggling attempt, according to California's El Centro Border Intelligence Center, was privately owned vehicle registered out of Yucca Valley, California. It was bearing stolen government plates that had been defaced. The center digit -0 was altered to read as an 8. Further research through multiple government agencies determined that the plate belonged to a 1-ton cargo van registered to, guess who? The U.S. Marine Corps. The military referred inquiries back to Customs and Border Protection. The van entered into the United States via Mexicali, Mexico, and proceeded to Calexico, California, where the U.S. Marine uniforms were donned, according to Homeland Security. Campo Border Station was constructed in June 2008. It doesn't matter. Moving right along.
So it's 8:57. Do we have time for another story?
Do it.
All right, this one was sent to me by Terrell Gould. A man, we don't have stories from Maine very often. A man from Maine was arrested after he allegedly robbed a bank and then fled in the car with his father, who had no idea what his son had just done. Keith Tilton, Keith Tilton dropped his 39-year-old son, Joseph Donald Tilton, off at a bank in Lewiston, thinking he was just going inside to cash a check.
Oh, no.
Instead, Joseph walked up to a teller and demanded money. After she initially refused, telling police she thought Tilton was joking, he jumped over the counter and grabbed cash out of the register. He then left the bank with over $600 and got back into his father's car.
Jesus, that must be a small fucking bank. $600, that's it?
At one teller's desk.
Oh, well, that's still not enough.
I don't think they keep a lot of money in their registers intentionally. I know when I worked retail, I had a limit when I was a store manager. Keith dropped his son off at another part of town and then started driving back towards the bank. As he approached, he noticed multiple police cars parked outside the branch. When he drove past the building, the teller recognized his car and pointed it out to the officers. They pulled Keith over a block later and realized that his son was likely responsible for robbing the bank.
Wow.
Authorities tracked down Joseph and took him into custody. They were unable to recover the money he was accused of stealing, and he refused to tell investigators where it was. He's being held on charges of theft and robbery, and a judge set his bail at $50,000. His father is not facing any charges because authorities believe that he had no knowledge of his son's alleged criminal actions.
Wow.
Now, I will tell you, this guy's probably going to get the spanking he deserves if he ever gets out of jail once he's convicted.
You know, they say that you're very likely to get away with bank robbery if you only do it once.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Not going to test the theory.
Bob Jordan says, my dad is 83. I still don't tell him everything.
Right? All right, well, that comes to the end of our show. So, as I said earlier tonight, we're going to talk a little bit more about the sponsors. I want to start with Beard BQ Sauce. Felix Irving is an amazing man, a Air Force veteran, a small business owner, and someone who I have a lot of respect for as a friend and a sponsor of the network. So I ask you, please help out small business. Go to beardbqsauce.com. Check out the beard barbecue sauces, whether it be the mustard sauce or the bourbon sauce. Check out the dry rubs. All his products are absolutely amazing. He puts a lot of time into them, and just like every other small veteran-owned business out there, deserves at least you to give him a chance. And I can guarantee you, and a lot of other people in the chat will tell you, that the sauce is amazing. So please go over and check it out. Okay. Venomous Firearms is another veteran small business that is doing good things. We're talking about an Army veteran who served with valor, and give them an opportunity. Check out the firearms on the site. If you live in a state that can get the FFL or whatever it is, I'm not up to speed on all that stuff, but and you can have it shipped. They have good prices, And most of all, they have a coffee that will blow your mind. So please check out venomousfirearms.com. Give them a chance. Check out their product. Buy some coffee. And I'm telling you, you'll be hooked. Threatcon 5 clothing. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. You know what I do. I push my product with the intent of helping other veterans. You know, my work has spoke for itself. I'm not here to pat myself on the back, but you all know that Threatcon 5 clothing does what it does because of the veterans that have helped out. And honestly, just like the radio show, we cannot do this without you. So I want to thank you all, let you all know that Threatcon 5 clothing is not just my company. It's not just Judy's company or anything like that. It's your company because your purchases are going to help veterans in need. And you know that's what it's about. So please check out these small businesses. Go to threatcon5clothing.com. Use coupon code grenade and save yourself 10%. Go to Venomous Firearms. Go to venomousfirearms.com. beardbqsauce.com. Check them all out. Show love to small veteran-owned business. And that's all I got basically to say tonight. Judy, you got any closing remarks?
You know, I've seen some indications or some things out there on social media where we've seen our brothers, a few of our brothers struggling lately. And my God, you guys have been bombarding them guys with messages. Keep up the good work. Take care of each other. Don't wait for someone to reach out to you. Reach out to them and keep taking good care of each other. I've been really impressed lately.
Right on. All right, so this is it. This is the end of the show on Taco Tuesday Eve. I am Bulldog. That's Julie. This is Threatcon 5 Radio.
It's Jody, damn it.
We'll see you all next Taco Tuesday Eve. Good night, all. Oh, hey, no, I cannot let you go without letting you know this. Next week, we have a challenge. I will be taking the Satan's Toe Challenge.
What's that?
5 minutes of one of the hottest fucking lollipops known to man.
Oh shit.
Okay? If I do it for 5 minutes, then I am the fucking man. But I don't know. We'll see. So next week there will be a challenge. Make sure you tune in to see if I can complete the challenge. And so, yep, that's it. We'll talk more about it at the beginning of the show next week and throughout the week. But we'll hope to see you there. Good night, everybody. Love you.
This concludes our broadcast day.